Boy, Brainwavezz back with another one. You see, it's a lot of people on social media who just think that they setting a standard, and the standard that they're trying to set is misinformation. It's wrong information. And when I see that wrong information, I'm going to speak up on it. Well, you have yet another video about the content creator by the name of RingoTV Reactions. That's right. If you haven't seen my previous videos, well, I welcome you here to my channel. And I talk about a lot of other things as well. But right now, I have my foot on RingoTV Reactions' neck. And he just can't stand it. He just has no peace. He just can't get away with nothing. Because see, for years, this guy been talking and he tried to intimidate so many people. He even tried to intimidate me. He even tried to say, oh, if, I don't basically do whatever he says and it's going to be bad for me. Bruh, I'm governed and ruled by the Most High. Nothing you say or do got any bearings over me. All right. We want to talk about this particular issue, and I want to show you some things here. That RingoTV Reactions claims that he always does his research. Okay, he claims I do my research. I did my research, especially as of late, as it relates to all of these particular situations where we've been dealing with young Black individuals being unalive, especially with all the drama in Mississippi, right? I mean, from the Carmelo Anthony situation getting locked up for 35 years to the Nolan Wells situation. I'm surprised he didn't talk about Tasia Fortune, a 29-year-old Black woman that was found hanging in a tree dead. That's right, in Mississippi. That's right. And she has a GoFundMe. And as much as this guy like to come out and be like, all these Black people are scamming, he don't say nothing when the white people do it. And when I show him and put it out there that there's a lot of these white people involved that got these GoFundMes, he go radio silent. And see, that shows you where his loyalty is. Anytime somebody claims that they're fair and balanced, they claim that they're doing research, but they only put out a one-sided angle and they only push a narrative towards a certain group of people, that means that they're biased, okay? And what I want to show you is that RingoTV Reactions got his research wrong. That's right. The guy who claims the #1 source of truth and commentary and criticism and all of that, it's in his description box. All his videos. It's out there. He's been touting it for years and years and years in multiple videos. Now he's trying to backpedal because I had my foot on his neck for the past couple of weeks. So if you try to look at his content for the last couple of weeks, he's been trying to backpedal. But we got all the receipts. There's no point in backpedaling, Ringo. We have all the receipts, and all the receipts will be shown to all the new viewers out there that come to your platform. That's right. One of the things that he got wrong in terms of his research is that he tried to come on and get on Don Lemon, right? Why did he get on Don Lemon in a negative sense? Because, Don Lemon has been fighting for the Nolan Wells coverage. And one thing that RingoTV Reactions fails to realize is that Don Lemon has been fighting for foundational Black Americans for a long time. He's been fighting for Black excellence for a long time. As a matter of fact, he is a product of Black excellence. He is a product of a foundational Black American. Something that you're not, Ringo, and something that I'm going to remind the viewers so that they can see. You see, you are a content creator, Ringo, who goes around on the internet talking about people are slandering and they're lying and they're putting out false accusations. I'm going to literally play for the people. I'm going to show people, because see, when I do research, I do proper research. When I speak, I provide facts and people listen. It doesn't matter if it's one person or 1 million. People listen to what I put out. But as it relates to you, they're seeing that you put out false narratives and that you don't get your stories right. And it is making people question and wonder, who your allegiance is. Well, it's pretty clear it's not foundational Black Americans. You don't like us. You called us the enemy. You said many things. And I provided all of those receipts on a video that I did was ridiculously long. So you may have to watch it in segments. I actually did that video yesterday. And I will actually go ahead and show it to you just so that you can understand which video I'm talking about, okay? Let me go ahead and pull that up for you before we get started, so that you all can see what I mean. And I have all the information, all the evidence, all the receipts, all the research, all the proof in that video. So let's get that on the screen. All right. And I know he can't stand me. I know the other content creators that associate with him can't stand me. I know the point is they never liked me to begin with, because with him and his platform and a good number of his viewers, a good number of his moderators, a good number of his supporters would be considered tethers. Okay. They are people that are Black immigrants that may have been born and raised here, but they still come from Black immigrant lineage. And they have essentially done things to sabotage anybody that's a foundational Black American. And so I'm a foundational Black American. So, of course, he would try to sabotage me, any of you all here, and other content creators. But this video right here, as you can see, it was 4 hours and 13 minutes. This video has all the receipts that exposes him as a tether, trying to pose as an FBA, a foundational Black American, someone who has lineage that has gone through the United States. Let me repeat, the United States. Let me repeat, the United States slavery, who has dealt with Jim Crow and the Reformations, right? That's essentially what a foundational Black American is. And that's why we take concern when it comes to people like RingoTV Reactions talking negatively about Nolan Wells. It's the same content creator that says F Nolan Wells multiple times. I've got multiple videos on that. You all can watch that. It's all over my channel. And other content creators have even called that out and shown that coverage. And then the guy also says he's tired of seeing content creators make videos about Nolan Wells. But yet, if you go to his channel and you go to his platform, we'll do it here in real time. We'll do it right here in real time, just so y'all can see. If you go to his channel, okay, we'll type it in so y'all can see in real time. You go to his channel, and all you see on his platform is nothing but videos and live streams that's related to the Nolan Wells situation. Okay, whether it's other people involved, but it's Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, more Nolan Wells. He'll try to throw some things in there. Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells. As you can see, Nolan Wells all over the place. And then if you click on the live stream, you're going to see the same thing. Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells, Nolan Wells. But he said that he's tired of content creators covering Nolan Wells. But all he's been doing is talking about Nolan Wells. Now, with this being said, we're going to go ahead and pull up the video that he claims he did his research. Okay, so let me get that on the screen for you all. Give me 1 second here. I got to show this to you all. Okay. Once y'all see this, it's no unseeing it. All right, let me make sure this is the right one here. Okay, so what I want you to do is, you can see he did this video on August the 7th. So just 2 days ago. It's essentially Sunday. He did this video Friday, okay? And it is titled Don Lemon Interviewed Nolan Wells' family friend Emmanuel, and it backfired. Now, I want you to hear what he's talking about, claiming he did his research. Because when I play and I do my videos and I put out these receipts, I'm not making nothing up. That guy makes things up. He makes things up about everybody, including Don Lemon. And when I show you, he's going to end up looking like Boo Boo the Fool. So let's play this video where he's talking about, I did my research. I did my research. Let's go.
But when we do the research on Don Lemon, when we find out like what's really going on, right? I need for the Black community to understand this, because you guys you come to YouTube and you listen to these content creators, and I keep telling you they're full of shit. Like all of them, all these content creators, they're all grifters, right?
So first of all, let me just even pause right there. I just want to pause right there. Did y'all hear how he said all? He didn't say some. He said all of these content creators are grifters and full of, you know, explicative. He said all of them. Which means that he's implying that he's the only content creator, or content creators that rock with him or associate with him are the only content creators that are not full of it. What kind of person comes on YouTube to say that and act like they're doing due diligence? What's up, D-Long? What's up, Taisha? What type of content creator does that? Okay, let's continue.
If you take a look at Don Lemon, right? This is Don Lemon. I need for you guys to understand who Don Lemon is with. Because when I think of somebody claiming that they're speaking up against systemic racism, white supremacy, but yet you getting fucked by a white man, I got a problem with that.
Now, RingoTV Reactions is trying to base his whole speech, his whole angle on Don Lemon and his partner that he's currently with, which is a white man. That's a fact. We do know that, right? He's trying to base all of that as if that's who Don Lemon is. But did he include anything as far as Don Lemon's history, his background, and what he's done for the community? No, he has not. He has not. Right? He has not done anything. And, you know, it's funny that Ringo tried to say that when somebody's talking about systemic racism, RingoTV Reactions, while we're at it, is the same content creator that said there is no systemic racism. That's right. Let me repeat that again. RingoTV Reactions is the same content creator that said the other day it does not exist. Let me put this on the screen. If you look right here, this is his channel. Let me scroll up just so that y'all can see. You see it says RingoTV Reactions. You see the check mark. This is his YouTube channel. You scroll down here 2 days ago. He also did this Friday. So the same day that he talked about Don Lemon, he came on here and said systemic racism does not exist. So why is he turning back around in this video right here that he did, trying to make it seem like systemic racism is taking place? Do you see? These are the lies that this guy says. And this is how it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But nonetheless, let me continue to play this because I'm about to show you, and I'm about to literally make a fool of RingoTV Reactions. And you all are going to see that Don Lemon is more FBA than RingoTV Reactions ever could be. I'm going to show you. Let's continue. I'm going to play a little bit more. Just watch. Just listen to what he got to say. Just listen. All right, let's go.
You see what I'm saying? We got to talk about this. It's like you're listening to a black man acting like he pro-black, but he married to a white woman. Did you see what I'm saying? You should not be on a national stage acting like you are pro-black, but you don't got a pro-black wife. Now, I'm not saying you can't have an interracial relationship. What I'm saying is, if you're positioning yourself as a voice for the black community and you're a black man, you need a black wife.
Now, Ringo, let me educate you on something first before I even get into the details and the receipts, because I got receipts for days. Okay. First of all, Ringo, one pattern that it is clear about RingoTV Reactions is that he does not do any research and does not know anything about the foundational Black American community. He doesn't know anything. Because if he did his research, he wouldn't even dare have said what he said. Because what he's trying to say is that Don Lemon just dropped out of the sky, and since he just got married all of a sudden, like he's not qualified to speak on anything because he's married to a white man. Ringo, you really should watch what you say. You're really making an ass of yourself. Because I'm going to show y'all the receipts in a minute. Let me play a little bit more just so that you can let him go in and say what he says. And again, you see how he's putting on these hats. You know, he's showing Nikes in the back. You know what? I don't even let me just leave it. Let me just let it be. You know, he's showing Jordans in the background, but Jordan is an FBA. We talking about Michael Jordan. So it's like he want to enjoy the benefits of foundational Black Americans. Not to mention, foundational Black Americans created many of the things that he's using in his studio right now. Ringo, I bet you don't know that. That equipment that you're using in your studio right now, do you realize that they were created by foundational Black Americans? Do you know anything about Black history, or do you skip over that in February? Come on now. Don't, bruh, like, you just not making any sense at all. I'm gonna let him play a little bit. I'm play a little bit more, let him make a fool of himself. Let's go.
If you don't have a Black wife, you need to shut the fuck up.
Also, listen how he's talking to Don Lemon. Now, this guy touts himself as a Bible believer. This guy want to go around anytime somebody calls him out and holds him accountable, right? And holds the fire to him. He want to call them demons and NPCs and all of this. But look at how he's speaking at Don Lemon. Look at how he's speaking people. I mean, y'all can just go around and peruse and watch it how he talked about me. And watch how he encourages his audience to even speak that way. It's absolutely, it's just absolutely insane. But then when he gets called out or someone says something about him, he want to call it a demon. So what does this make him? Is this how a man of God's supposed to speak? Watch this. It's clear that RingoTV Reactions has a lot of anger to Don Lemon. You see, Don Lemon gets more likes, clicks, and views than Ringo ever could. Don Lemon has done more for the Black community than RingoTV Reactions ever could. So he's jealous. Anytime somebody gets more likes, clicks, and views, anytime somebody does more than him, Ringo has a pattern of getting jealous. This is a pattern. Let's continue.
Because I'm not buying your bull crap. You're a grifter at this point. That's why I got to show you the truth that when Don Lemon get off his podcast, Don Lemon got to go home to this guy. This is his man. How do you know that that's his man? Let's get the facts. That right there.
But while you sit up there playing and talking about getting the facts, you didn't get the rest of the facts. Because I'm about to drop the facts and you're about to look silly, Ringo.
They say a photo is worth 1,000 words. When you see the white man in the front and he's in the back, it clearly tells you the whole story of who's leading. Do you see my point, guys? Now, keep in mind, Don Lemon is the one you folks are listening to on social media.
And see, that's what he's jealous of right there. See, I'm playing this so that y'all can understand what Ringo's jealous of. He's jealous. What's up, A. Rice? He's jealous because Don Lemon got the attention of all the foundational Black Americans. And Ringo wants everybody's attention. Ringo wants everybody to follow him, everybody to subscribe him, everybody to like, click these buttons, do this, join the membership, give him money. He wants everybody to follow him. But all he puts out is misinformation and lies, and then claims he's the #1 source of truth. Let me show you. Let me show you once again. We're going to go to this exact same video. All right. Give me 1 second. We're going to go to this exact same video, and I'm going to show you what he has up. Let me do this because I don't want too much popping up. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to highlight this for you. He believes he provides the best of everything. Okay, so let's get this on the screen. We're going here. This is essentially the same thing that you just got finished seeing, right? And I'm going to scroll down. You come down here, and he says this all the time. Do y'all see what it says here? It says about him and his work. Look at what I highlighted. It says, we provide the best commentary, best criticism, best educational reaction content, best deep discussions about the topics you want to hear about. So he believes he's the best, and he's jealous that Don Lemon can get more likes, clicks, and views than he ever can. He wants everybody to believe Ringo's narrative as it relates to the Nolan Wells case and not Don Lemon's. Now, I'm going to go ahead and skip before we get into some more of this, because what I kind of want to do is let you know a little bit about Don Lemon. So we're going to ask the question, does Don Lemon, is he considered a foundational Black American? Because see, Ringo is just trying to say, look, he's married to a white man and the white man is standing in front. That means he's leading. He's leading, and that's who he's got to go home to and answer to. Right? It's insane. First of all, did Ringo show you this picture here from People magazine where Don Lemon is actually in the front? Okay, there's several pictures where Don Lemon is in the front. Okay, let me show you this. Let's get this on the screen real quick, because Ringo wants to be real selective with the pictures, but he ain't gonna show you all the pictures. So let's take a look at Don Lemon and his husband. So why is it that RingoTV Reactions, you claim you did your research? You act like you're the best with research, but you're not thorough. You're sloppy with your research because you're trying to push a narrative. You're trying to push an angle. He said, look at how Don Lemon is standing behind. Look at how he's standing behind. Remember, look at this picture right here from his stream. You know, he tried to use the angle. Look, see how the white man is standing in front? Well, what I want to know, Ringo, is what about this picture here? Don Lemon is in front of his partner. So who's leading? I'm just trying to figure this out. Also, there's another picture right here. Don Lemon is also in front of this guy. That's just two pictures to your one picture, showing that if you want to go by that same thought process of who's leading based upon who's in front of the picture, Don Lemon is in front. Okay? I mean, you're not making any sense, Ringo. Right? Let's look at another picture here. Right? Let's look at another picture here. Give me 1 second. All right. If you look at this picture right here, Don Lemon is side by side with his partner. So his whole narrative of saying the white guy is leading him is just crazy. I mean, based off of a photo, at least. He said a picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, come on, Ringo. You gotta do better research, right? Let me pull up another photo. Let me just show y'all let me show you another photo where Don Lemon is in the front holding his partner's hand. Don Lemon is standing in the front holding his partner's hand. Okay, let's take a look at this. Here's another picture. I want to just make Ringo show you that guy is just making up stuff. Remember, this is the same guy who was trying to say on this live stream just a few minutes ago that y'all heard that, look, the white guy is in front. He's holding his hands. He's leading. Ringo is trying to push a narrative. What's up, Beverly Ross? Right here, we got Don Lemon standing in front of his partner leading. So who's leading who, RingoTV Reactions? And the reason why I'm showing you this is because, also, let me get these pop-ups up. Y'all know how these ads and stuff be running. Don Lemon is right here in front. Don Lemon's shoulder is in front of his shoulder. Who's leading who? Ringo? I've shown you more pictures of Don Lemon standing in front of his partner or his husband or whatever you want to, however you want to look at it. I've shown more pictures, and I could continue to show more and more. So your little narrative, let me show you another picture here. I'm going to show you another picture right here of, I'm going to show another picture of how, like, they're just doing, like, whatever. It's like sometimes somebody's in front and sometimes another person's in front. Let me show another particular picture right here. I just want to just establish something, because Ringo's going around be like, here's the white guy is leaving. You always got some negative angle, sir, and your research is just flawed. It's not good. You do horrible research when it comes to videos. What's up, bruh? Take a look right here. Don Lemon, right? Don Lemon is essentially, if you look at it, he's leading. His hand is on top as far as holding their hands. Like, I know that his partner got his hand there, and Don Lemon is technically a step ahead. It ain't significant, but it's just a point. He not in the background like RingoTV Reactions tried to make it seem like. He's not in the background. And here's yet another one, right? Let me just show you another. I just want to establish this, right? I just want to establish this because, like, that's what Ringo's going around doing. Take a look at this. This is one where you see Don Lemon and Tim Malone side by side. So that whole argument that Ringo's like, oh, look, he's leading. Look who's leading. He's standing in the front. Right? Let me try to run that. Let me see if I can run this back real quick. Let me run this back real quick. I'm going to get this on the screen just so y'all can hear what Ringo said. And then I'm going to move on to the foundational Black American stuff. Okay, let's go. I just want you to see how Ringo, he has an angle. I keep trying to tell you, he's cooning and buffooning. He get paid and supported by white people, by Black immigrants that are considered tethers who would work against Black excellence. Okay, it's not all Black immigrants. We talking about the Black immigrants that's trying to work against Black excellence. That's Ringo's angle. That's always been his angle. And I'm going to show you more. Now, let's go back and listen to what Ringo said. Because remember, he said, Don Lemon's partner is in front. That's who he got to go home to answer to. Watch this.
That right there. They say a photo is worth 1,000 words. When you see the white man in the front and he's in the back, it clearly tells you the whole story of who's leading. Do you see?
Oh, man, this is hilarious. So what you gonna say about this? Who's leading here, Ringo? You said a photo's worth 1,000 words. Who's leading here? I just already negated your whole thing. Who's leading here? Who's in the front of the photo? Who's leading here? I mean, it's just the way that this guy talks is just, it's just stupid at the end of the day. And it's just a bunch of hot air, and he's mad and he's jealous, and he always goes after foundational Black Americans. Now, speaking of which, let's give RingoTV Reactions a little history lesson. So we're going to ask the question, does Don Lemon, is he considered a foundational Black American? Well, let's just put a little bit on the screen so that he can do some proper research by watching my content. So we're asking the question, is Don Lemon considered a foundational Black American? Yes. Don Lemon qualifies as a foundational Black American under the term's literal definition, as his family's lineage in Louisiana traces back generations prior to the Civil War. Okay? Don Lemon was born. If we go back to lineage and background down here, see if I can make this a little bit larger for y'all to really be able to read this. Okay. Don Lemon was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and raised in a nearby Port Allen. His family history in the region, not an immigrant, in the region, spans roots going back to the early 19th century before the Civil War. This means that Don Lemon's history is right here, straight thoroughbred. USDA. Okay? And he has publicly discussed his family multi-generational roots in Louisiana, including enslaved and segregated lineage tied to the state's historical plantations. Come on, Ringo, you got to do your research, man. You got to do better research. You really got to do better research. Okay, because the definition of a foundational Black American is a Black American who can trace their ancestry directly back to enslaved people in the United States. Ringo, you are a tether. You are a descendant of a Black immigrant, a Panamanian, who clearly does not like foundational Black Americans. You have a history of attacking foundational Black Americans. You have a history of attacking foundational Black American causes. You are clearly what would be defined as a tether. Okay? What would be a tether, you ask? A tether, okay, is a derogatory slang word, but it's a word nonetheless used on the internet and out here, and people understand it. Okay, it describes Black immigrants or non-lineage Black people living in the United States. And it essentially describes those that try to anchor themselves. You see, like here, it's like they try to anchor their ancestral homelands, you know, to their homelands outside of the U.S. They try to tie themselves to foundational Black Americans. Like, you see my skin color, I'm Black, I'm in support of you. But you just using us. Okay? It's people who essentially work against us. And again, the FBA individuals, like myself included, are those that come from the slavery lineage, those that have been associated with the Jim Crow situations, okay? The whole Jim Crow scenario, and then also Reformation. RingoTV Reactions has no association with that. None whatsoever. None. Like none. Not some, none. Right? Absolutely none. These are some of the things that he's been going around saying. Right? I'm going to play a little bit more so you can hear his so-called argument. Okay, a little more with Don Lemon. If I pull this up right here, see if I could get this on the screen right here. I want to get this on the screen real quick. If you look right here at the bottom where it says early life and education, it says Don Ronaldo Lemon Clark was born March 1st, 1966 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the son of Catherine Marie and Wilmon Lee Richardson. His father was a prominent attorney whose firm was party to a lawsuit that successfully challenged racial segregation. Do you see? So racial segregation is something that's been going on. His dad, Don Lemon's father, do you understand the FBA roots here? Has challenged racial segregation. Something you don't speak up about, Ringo, because you act like nothing's going on. You acting like white people ain't out here and haven't done anything in the past, present, or currently. Okay? Challenge the racial segregation of public transportation in Baton Rouge. Okay? It's a lot that Don Lemon has done. Let me also show you this real quick. Let me see. Okay, let me show you this. Let me get this on here. See, Ringo's trying to make it look like Don Lemon is somebody new to the scene, new to the FBA scene. Like he just all of a sudden showed up and he just wanted to talk about Nolan Wells. No, that's you. You're the grifter. See, when Ringo comes online, he's like, Don Lemon's a grifter. He always calling everybody else but him, a black immigrant tether, a grifter. That's what Ringo's doing. He's grifting off the Nolan Wells story to eat off of Nolan Wells, right? This the same guy that said F Nolan Wells. He's tired of hearing the story, but all he do is cover everything related to Nolan Wells. If it wasn't for Nolan Wells, he wouldn't been able to eat. He should be thankful of the coverage. His channel grew a couple of thousand. He got a couple of likes off of Nolan Wells. Now, let's take a look at Don Lemon because Ringo talking about, I did my research. You ain't do no research. You lie. Don Lemon has influenced the black community primarily through his high-profile media platform as a prominent black broadcast journalist, okay? He used his voice to address systemic racism, something that you said doesn't exist, Ringo. Do you remember that? Do you remember this video that you said systemic racism does not exist? Do you not remember this video right here? You says why systemic racism does not exist? That's what you said. And we're going to get to that video later. All right. Don Lemon has also been an advocate for marginalized groups and sparked national debates on social behavior and personal responsibility. Okay? He served as a visible black primetime anchor, as you know, offering commentary on racial injustice, police accountability, and civil rights. He's offered a book. This is The Fire, What I Say to My Friends About Racism, which addresses American racism and offers perspective on historical education and cross-racial understanding. How long has he been doing this, Ringo? There's debates on this back since 2013. He's been addressing internal community issues such as education, family planning, and civic behavior. It drew both support for addressing hard topics and criticism for leaning into respectability politics. You know, the white people don't want somebody black to talk about respecting black excellence. They want black excellence to continuously be disrespected, right? That's something that you trying to do in your agenda. He's been doing this for a long time. He been speaking out. This ain't just something new that he decided to do in 2026. And anybody that's black excellent knows this. Right? Anybody knows this. Anybody knows this. Right? Okay? So, we've already debunked RingoTV reaction. And see, he always gets his content wrong. And that's something you have to understand. Ringo gets his content wrong all the time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the things that Ringo said about his experience here being black in Black America and how he sees foundational Black Americans, right? Let's just play a little bit out of the horse's mouth, as they say.
So when you factor in all of this, it becomes a problem because it's like, where is the culture? Where's the togetherness? Where's the family structure? It's just not there. But every other group that is from the Caribbean that comes to America, they seem to focus on education, work, business, and all of these different things. And you would think that we would learn something from it. But instead, we despise it and we hate it. I have never experienced what it feels like to have community or any sort of togetherness from American blacks. Never. Never in my life, guys.
So he's saying he's never had these experiences, right? Ignore the trolls. See, the trolls show up because I'm batting 100. And the trolls are pissed off because I'm destroying the credibility of this so-called number one source of commentary. He's the number one source of getting information wrong. He's the number one source of attacking anything that has anything to do with foundational Black Americans. Like if it is anything to do with our struggles, what our people are going through, what our people are doing, all he does is attack it. He attacks our men, he attacks our women, he attacks and say we don't have any culture, we don't have anything. And there's more that he said in here. Let me see if I can skip around a little bit. Let's see. I've already done this detailed research in my previous video. Let me see.
Always admired because I never seen that with American Black people.
See, he said it
Never.
again.
I don't know what it feels like to have a community. Don't know what that feels like. So being around the Jamaican people, being around Trinidadians, being around all these different groups, when their people would come together, there was always smiles, joy, music. They have drinks. It was always a good time. And I was a part of many celebrations, many festivals, gatherings. And I felt like I was a part of what they were doing. I was accepted. I was greeted with open arms. Treated me as one of them.
See? Why would he say treat him as one of them? But watch this.
And it was a good experience. I've never experienced that with American Black folk. Never. Never experienced that at all. Never experienced any gatherings, any parties, anything. So when that person came into the comments.
So you understand. He said it's never. And I've already broken this down. I really don't spend too much time on this particular video because I want to get back to what he said about Don Lemon. But I just want you to hear. He's never had experiences with us. He said it. See, some people say gossip. Let me remind you all what gossip is. Gossip is what RingoTV Reaction does. You know, he creates lies about content creators like myself, lies about viewers like you all, lies about Don Lemon, lies. That's all he does. That's what gossip is, right? Let me show you what gossip is to the trolls that want to come into the building and act like they understand what gossip is. So let's educate the trolls. Let's educate everybody. So what is gossip, right? Gossip is casual or idle talk about the personal, private, or sensational affairs of others. It functions as a noun for what? For the rumors. The rumors. Okay? Key meanings. It is a noun of rumors. Unconfirmed stories. Rumors and unconfirmed stories. What I just showed you all is confirmed. I showed you confirmed pictures of Don Lemon and his partner. I showed you confirmed talking points from RingoTV Reactions himself, saying that he's never had reaction with American blacks, meaning foundational Black Americans. Never. He said never. Twice. That's not gossip. That's called the truth. You trolls need an education lesson. What RingoTV Reactions is doing is gossip. Say, you see this picture right here? You see the white man in front? You see how he's holding hands? Remember when Ringo said this right here? Look, he's leading. But what are you going to say about this? So who's leading who in a relationship? You see? Him and his trolls are mad. Because video by video, I'm literally systematically destroying this guy's character. And you know why I'm doing it? Because he's false. And he refuses to take accountability. And he refuses to get better. And he thinks he could just go around on the internet and point fingers at everybody and act like everybody's wrong. You heard what he said in the beginning. He said all these other content creators. Y'all heard what he said. All these other content creators. All of them. Not some, all of them. Let me tell you what he said. Let's do it like this so I can make sure it's fresh. Just in case somebody just join in, y'all like, oh, you over there making this stuff up. I don't know how many times I got to play this. Y'all need to run it back into the beginning if you're late to class. If you're late to class, you missed the first part of what I've been talking about. If you're late to a movie and you missed the first part of the movie, don't come in there acting like you done seen the whole movie like you know what's going on and it's your first time. Right? You need to go rewind because some of the things you're talking about, you might have missed. Listen to how he says all these content creators.
And you listen to these content creators, and I keep telling you they're full of shit. Like all of them. All these content creators, they're all grifters, right? If you take a look at you guys, you come to YouTube and you listen to these content creators, and I keep telling you they're full of shit. Like all of them. All these content creators, they're all grifters, right? You guys, you come to YouTube and you listen to these content creators, and I keep telling you they're full of shit. Like all of them. All these content creators, they're all grifters, right?
You see what he said? He said all of them. He didn't say some. He said all of them are grifters. That is a fact. That's not gossip. See, y'all got to understand. When you hold somebody accountable and you call them out with facts, that's exactly what it is. Holding somebody accountable and calling them out with facts. Gossip is what y'all do over there on that RingoTV Reactions platform and those other YouTube channels that associate with RingoTV Reactions. Y'all speak lies. You twist things. Exactly. What's up, First Sergeant? She said, so everyone is a grifter and full of ish except for him. Right. Exactly. Now, let me play a little bit more of what he said. I just kind of want to fast forward to this part where he was talking about Don Lemon. Let me play a little bit more. I'm just gonna let him hang himself. Well, just listen to this.
It's racism and blah, blah, blah.
Wait a minute, let me back it up a little bit. Hold on.
That right there. They say a photo is worth 1,000 words. When you see the white man in the front and he's in the back, it clearly tells you the whole story of who's leading. Do you see my point, guys? Now, keep in mind, Don Lemon is the one you folks are listening to on social media.
He jealous of Don Lemon.
And that is who he's with.
Let me make something clear to you. Ringo, you will never get the attention of foundational Black Americans in terms of leading us. You are no leader in our community. See, what you are a leader of, you are a leader of tethers. You tried to act like you was FBA. You tethered yourself and try to act like you're about our causes, like you care. You don't. All you have proven throughout years and years. Listen, don't make me start pulling up your older videos. And I could just go back and show the pattern. You have been consistently proving that you're against anybody that's FBA. That's why this guy fell out with me. Because I'm foundational Black American through and through. My wife is foundational Black American through and through. My family on both sides. Both sides. You know, my wife's side and on my side and my wife's side, foundational Black Americans. Not his wife. His wife is Guyanese. So even with his wife, see, y'all think this is gossip? You think I'm making it up? Oh, maybe I need to go back and play the other video again one more time. Maybe I need to go back and play that video one more time. I might just have to go back and pull that same video back up again. Just so that y'all can hear it. I might just actually have to do that. Okay, this means that him and his wife, at the end of the day, ain't trying to be concerned about what we got going on. You know, you don't care nothing about that. Right? Let me pull this up. I'm gonna do it. I gotta pull this up so y'all can hear it. Hold on. So is this one here? Listen to what he said also about his wife. I got to keep adding this because people are like, you're gossiping. You know, that's what the trolls say. No, these are facts. Okay, you're not educated enough to understand the difference between a fact and gossip. Your guy that you over there rocking with is gossiping. Let's go.
Sound like I'm Jamaican. I can do all of that because I was raised around them.
Watch this.
My mom is from Panama, so I can speak Spanish too.
See? His mom is from Panama. You see, he's upset by that. He's disturbed. Look at his facial reaction. He's disturbed about that. That means you come from a descendant of black immigrants. You don't come from a descendant of foundational black Americans who been through the United States slavery. It is specific to the United States when it refers to slavery in order to be qualified as a foundational black American. Nor do you understand Jim Crow, nor do you understand Reformation. You think you above that. You think you better than that. You clearly say you never had no experiences with us. So how could you have experiences with any of those things? Listen to what he say about his wife.
I was around all these different cultures. My wife is Guyanese, you know? She's not a so-called black American.
You heard him say that. It's not Brainwavezz saying this. He said his wife is not a so-called black American, which means he literally told you his wife is not a foundational black American. Ringo's a tether. His wife is a tether. Because they're black immigrants who've been working against black excellence. And that's why he's been going so hard in the paint with this Nolan Wells story. Right? Let me remind you all of what he said. Let me pull this back up. Okay. I wasn't planning on pulling this up, but let me pull this back up. I got to remind people, I got new people watching. Maybe some people didn't come through here yet and they haven't heard and they don't understand and they don't know. It's like, what? I don't know. I haven't heard, or, you know, this is new to me. So since some of this might be new to you all, I'm gonna have to pull up some of these videos, right? Okay. Let me put this on the screen. We'll start right here. We'll start right here. That's all we need to do. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do it like this so it's clean. I don't want no audio issues. I have all these videos downloaded, but I want to show you straight from his channel. You can see this is straight from his YouTube channel, right? Okay, hopefully y'all can see it. Let's see. All this does is make the text a little bit larger for you to read. But you can see this is straight from his channel. He says Nolan Wells and Carmelo Anthony family will be arrested soon. Let's run it back all the way from the beginning. Let's go. Listen to how you gonna say F Nolan Wells, but all he doing is talking about Nolan Wells. Ringo is a tether who is jealous of the support that the Wells family has been getting with the GoFundMe and everything else, and how we've been moving in the community.
As you come into the building, be sure to hit that like button one time.
Watch this.
I'm gonna do a quick video, and I gotta head back on the road. I want to talk about the families of Nolan Wells, Carmelo Anthony.
Listen to what he's about to say.
I feel that these two families need to be arrested. I don't like neither of these people because
now he made you think when he was doing the Carmelo Anthony situation, and let me pull this up. He had you thinking that he cared about Carmelo Anthony. That's what he had you thinking. Watch this. Watch this. Let me pull this up. He had a lot of y'all thinking that he cared about Carmelo Anthony. Y'all was liking and subscribing, pulling up, watching his videos, thinking that he cared about Carmelo Anthony. Okay? I want y'all to watch this. Let's go to his channel. Let's pull this up real quick. Y'all thought, oh, he cared about Carmelo Anthony. Now, if you listen to his content, all of his content is biased against Carmelo Anthony. He's saying Carmelo's Anthony. He's guilty. Blah, 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 blah. Austin Metcalf. He's all in support. right? See, he's showing Charleston White expose Carmelo Anthony's father. You know, he's showing this, all this stuff. Like, if you go through his content, he tried to have you thinking that he cared about the case. Right? When you go through and you listen to what he says, he'll have you thinking he cared about Carmelo Anthony. See, he said, what reason why God abandoned and judged Carmelo Anthony with 35 years in prison. But he had you to believe he cares about these people. See, if Carmelo Anthony stabbed your black team, would you defend him? Look how he look on the thumbnail. See, real reason Carmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony deserves life in prison for killing Metcalf. This is what he put out and says. This is how he feels. But he have you thinking that he cares about these people. No, he don't. He don't care. He just trying to get money off of the situation. Now, let me go back and let you hear what he said here, and then we're going to get back to the Don Lemon part. I just got to put all this stuff together and remind y'all, because it seems like the trolls, you know, they have no memory. They can't remember anything that their fearless leader said. Let's go.
What's happening in America, guys, and see, this is why you don't see me being a part of this rage bait era of manipulating the viewers in hopes to create a race war.
That's exactly what you're doing. All your videos are attacking foundational black Americans and protecting black immigrants and protecting white people. That's what you do in all your videos. And then you try to backpedal and be like, I'm not protecting white people, but that's exactly what you're doing because you're not calling them out. You claim you got all this smoke, all this heat. You claiming that you all big and bad, and you know you don't call out nobody white. And if you do it, you just do it where you just playing around like, hey, but y'all know the scenario, right? Let me show you. You know the scenario. They be like, hey guys, I got a lot of social media pressure on me, right? So, you know, I got to do a video where I'm calling out one of you or something, you know, you're white, and I got to do a video to call you out just to make it look like that I'm calling out white people so I can get the pressure off of me, right? From these foundational black Americans. Yeah. Go ahead and do it, Ringo. We understand. We know you don't really mean it. You're just trying to do it to get the heat off of you. See, that's what a lot of these folks do. They backpedal. They're sellouts to the foundational black American community. Let's continue to play what he said. Let's go.
I'm glad that I'm not a racist like the majority of black people that's in America.
See, he says the majority of black people in America are racist. The majority of black people are foundational black Americans. So he's saying that we're racist. See, whose side is he on? He ain't on us. That's why his black card is revoked.
This stuff is sick, man. All you seeing down your timelines, Nolan Wells. Fuck Nolan Wells, bro.
You see that?
I am tired of hearing people talking about Nolan Wells, accusing people. We don't got no proof of nothing. Everybody's accusing this. You know, they spreading rumors.
You don't have no proof of nothing. You said F Nolan Wells, but that's all you talking about. Okay? And now he's jealous of Don Lemon. Okay, he's jealous of Don Lemon talking about everything. He's jealous. Let's get back and listen to more of what he said about Don Lemon.
And that is who he's with. But he's trying to tell you about Mississippi and its racism and blah, blah, blah. But who did Don choose to marry? A white man. I need for you to understand that, guys. You see the smile on his face? Look at this.
I mean, if you want to get technical about who somebody chose to marry, Ringo, you chose to marry a tether. You chose to marry a black woman that is obviously in agreement of what you do as the head of the household. And that black woman is Guyanese, who is a black immigrant. And clearly you said out of your own mouth, she's not a black American, which means that her agenda is anti-foundational black American. So just because you married just because you got a black wife, you don't have a foundational American black wife. You just got a black immigrant wife. So you're in no position and you ain't got no grounds to talk like that. You think just because your skin color black and your wife's skin color black that you down for us? You're not. You have no merit. You have no grounds. And see, I'm intelligent enough to break down every little thing and every little game and every little scheme you got going on. And that's why you don't like me. That's why your followers don't like me. Because I stand for black excellence. And I'm not going to cower down. I'm going to hold you accountable and hold all these folks accountable. That's what I do. You got a black tether wife who you said out of your own mouth she's not a black American. Let me play that part again. Let me add that back in here again. Let me bring this back up again, just in case everybody forgot it. Everybody forgot it. Let me back it up a little bit. It's probably around here. Let's go.
There's nothing there. You don't feel anything. You know, like how you would think that if you get around a bunch of black people, you feel safe. Actually, I don't feel safe. I feel threatened. I don't feel safe at all. I feel like I'm around my enemies.
You see
like,
that?
Literally. I feel like if I'm around black people, anything can happen. So I'm always prepared because I don't trust them.
This is what he's saying about foundational black Americans. Let's go. Wait till you get to the wife part again.
Because all I get and all I receive is hate. I never experienced love from black folk. Never. And I know it can sound rather disturbing, but this is my truth. This is what sets me free. This is therapy for me.
You need to go see a therapist, sir, instead of doing this coon tent, this cooning and buffooning tent. Let's go.
This is therapy. Because I'm telling you the honest to God's truth. All the other Caribbean black folk, they have always had something that I never had, and that's culture. They have something that is beautiful.
So he's saying that what foundational black Americans have is not beautiful. He says we don't have any beauty. And I even dropped the history of him being from Brooklyn. He should know about the boroughs, and he should know about the Harlem Renaissance back in 1920 and all the culture that was created in New York. Do you not realize the culture that was created in New York, where you from, being from Brooklyn? Do you not understand that? That was created by foundational black Americans, not black immigrants. Foundational black Americans did that. That's right. Foundational black Americans did that. Go look it up. But apparently you don't do any resource on our history. Your research is biased and screwed, and anything done to attack us. Now, just wait till you talk about his wife.
That's why I cannot disrespect the Jamaican people, the Trinidad.
He can't disrespect them, but he can disrespect foundational black Americans like Don Lemon, like myself, like many of you, and like other content creators. Let's go.
Trinidadians, the Grenadians, the Guyanese, they all have something that is great. You know? Culture. This is why when you get with someone who's from the Caribbean, it's going to rub off on you because they have so much love for their people.
And you don't think we got love for our people? You might not love our people as a tether, a black immigrant who has been working against foundational black Americans, who tried to slide in our community, and you act like you one of us because your skin color black. But you said you had no interaction your whole life. This mean this man ain't did nothing for us his whole life. So why would he start now on YouTube? And y'all wonder why he make the videos he do always attacking black people. And he ain't the only coon tent, the cooning and buffooning tent content creator out here.
and they treat everybody good. Go into a Jamaican restaurant and see how they treat you. Go into a Trinidadian restaurant, see how they treat you.
Have you ever walked into a foundational Black American restaurant? No, you have not. You might have been into them chains, but you clearly said you ain't had no interaction with us. That's why you don't understand what it's like to walk into our restaurants. I tell you, man, let me just play a little bit more, because I'm just adding this to when he talk about his wife. He want to talk about Don Lemon choosing a white man, and Don Lemon ain't got no grounds to stand and speak on. But you think you got grounds to speak on when you got a black immigrant tether wife just because her skin color black? You ain't for no foundational Black Americans. You ain't got no voice in our community. Don Lemon got more of a voice than you do, and been speaking before he even got married about our community and standing up for stuff and taking criticism. That's one of the reasons why he got fired off of CNN, because he's standing up for Black excellence. The whole time while Don Lemon was doing this since 2013, you was on YouTube cooning and buffooning, trying to act like you was a foundational Black American just because you was born here in America, but your lineage ain't born here in America. Your lineage come from Panama. You're Panamanian. You done made that clear. Blatantly clear. That's why I got to keep playing this, because people think Brainwavezz is just gossiping. Why you trolls are tired? Why y'all quiet? Why y'all ain't saying nothing? He's saying it right here. Watch what he say about his own wife. He said his wife is not a Black American wife, which means she's a tether, because if she's married to Ringo and she's following Ringo's lead as the head of that household, and you see how Ringo's getting down, then that means that she working against Black excellence and foundational Black Americans too. Because she can't be the wife and working with him and or working against him, because they wouldn't be together. They wouldn't even be together if that was the case. All right, let me play it more. Wait till you watch this.
They're going to treat you with good class and respect. And it's something that I've always admired. That's why I'm heavily influenced by Jamaican music. I'm heavily influenced by that culture because I grew up around it. I grew up around Jamaicans and Trinidadians so much, I can literally speak patois. I can literally sound like I'm Trini. I can sound like I'm Jamaican. I can do all of that because I was raised around them. My mom is from Panama, so I can speak Spanish too. I was around all these different cultures. My wife is Guyanese, you know? She's not a so-called Black American.
You see that? He said his wife is not a so-called Black American. So when I state it, that's a fact. Ringo said it, and I'm standing on business 10 toes down about it. Please steal that. Listen, my content creator, fellow content creators, fellow viewers, y'all could do it. Cooning and buffooning. Got that coon tent going. So when you hear him talk about, and exactly, RJ says the question remains, why did he leave from around these Panamanians and these Jamaicans and these Haitians and Guatemalans and Guyanese and all this stuff if they're so great? Exactly. Why did he leave New York? I think what happened was the block probably got hot. That's another reason why nobody helped him move out. He couldn't, you know, how he does talking about rolling solo and how he treat everybody. I didn't even get into the warlockism and the narcissism. He burned bridges with everybody. Unless you're Panamanian or you're Guatemalan or you're Trinidadian, unless you're from the Caribbean, from one of the islands or somewhere, he won't burn bridges with you. But if you're a foundational Black American, he gonna burn the bridges. Hey, yo, Ringo, who do you think is the majority of Black people in Brooklyn? Foundational Black Americans. Who do you think is the majority of Black people in this country, anywhere in the United States? Foundational Black Americans. Black immigrants only make a small percentage. They'll be lucky to make 12 to 13% of the population of Black individuals in this country. So the majority of people are foundational Black Americans. I'm sorry you don't like it, but you came here. We didn't come to Panama. We didn't come to Trinidad. We didn't go to Jamaica, man. You ain't catching us going around over there. And if we do go over there, we got enough sense to not be disrespectful to them and their culture. But here you are over here in America. You here in the US of A, the country that we built. Our blood, sweat, and tears built this country. Through transatlantic trade slave, through systemic racism and many other things. We built up this country. Y'all just benefited from our blood, sweat, and tears. And then y'all over here looking at us like something wrong with us. Yeah, Beverly Ross says, now I understand why he talks so bad about Black women. And I ain't even gotten to that video yet. I'm going to get to that video. Yeah, Renegade said, let's not forget when he said he moved out in the middle of the night for some reason. He claimed he wanted to move in the middle of the night. I don't know, because he got all this studio equipment. He tried to make some corny excuse. Nah, you was trying to sneak out because you ain't want nobody to actually challenge you, because you ain't actually got that relationship with people in the hood like you claim you do. We got Renegade. We got Renegade in the building right here. Renegade is also a producer. Okay. And Renegade says, as a producer, I could say his music is trash. Just throwing that out there. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. A lot of people just don't agree with that music. But that's another conversation. Erica Amir says he falls out with everyone. Sounds to me like he's the common denominator. He is. Let's get back to what he said about Don Lemon. Let's just continue the rest of this so I can get this information out here. Let's go. We almost there.
Notice the white guy have a mean mug, but Don is smiling like this is my man. And
he's making stuff up. He does not have the proof that that's why Don Lemon is smiling. Has he actually played a clip from Don Lemon talking while he's smiling? Has he actually played a clip or showed proof while Don Lemon is smiling here? I've already shown you other pictures of Don Lemon. I can show you this picture here where it's the reverse. If you look at this picture here, Don Lemon is quote unquote smiling, and then his partner is not smiling. So what you gonna say about that? I can show you another picture, as I showed earlier, where both of them are smiling. What are you gonna say about that, Ringo? I can show you yet another picture where both of them are smiling. What does that have to do with anything? You're making up stuff because you got nothing to go on and you're just making up stuff along the way. And you know what's crazy? People believe that ignorance. But let me let this play, because there's a couple of points I want to let ride.
That's the guy y'all listening to. That's the guy that the Black community is listening to concerning the Nolan Well case. And the only reason why you're listening to him is because he's buck dancing for the Black community. But
see how much insult he has? See how much haterade he got in his heart for Don Lemon?
That is who he go home to. That's who he gotta answer. He gotta massage the white man's feet. He gotta sing on the white man's microphone. I want you to visualize this in your mind.
Wait a minute. Ringo wants you to visualize a man singing on another man's microphone. Did y'all hear that? Put a 5 in the chat if you heard him say that. He said, hold on. What kind of godly man wants you to visualize that? A man singing on another man's microphone. Let me back this up.
He is listening to concerning the Nolan Well case, and the only reason why you're listening to him is because he's buck dancing for the Black community. But that is who he go home to. That's who he gotta answer. He gotta massage the white man's feet. He gotta sing on the white man's microphone. I want you to visualize this in your mind when you're listening.
Why on earth would he want you to visualize that? What kind of straight, let me tell you something. This guy and the people on his platform got a lot of stuff to say about me and got a lot of smear campaigning and false accusations to say about me. But this one he just did the other day. What kind of straight heterosexual man that don't have any potential to be on the DL is going to say stuff like that? To want you to visualize that. We got fives in the chat. I know you trolls watching. I know Ringo watching and all them people over there. No biblical man is going to tell you to visualize a man singing on another man's microphone. He said he want you to visualize that. If that don't tell you this guy ain't a warlock and this guy ain't a demon, I don't know what to tell you. Robin says it's gross of him as a biblical man to discuss that. He could talk about Don without mentioning what happens in his bedroom. Exactly. What does that have to do with talking about Nolan Wells and what's going on? But this is what this guy does. He take shots at anybody that's considered a foundational Black American. And like I said, Don Lemon might have a white husband or whatever now, but he's still more foundational Black American than Ringo ever will be. Because his lineage, his bloodline comes from foundational Black America. And they've gone through the slavery. They've gone through the struggle. They know about Jim Crow. They've gone through all of that. He had to fight against all of that. And like I said, Ringo's no better because his wife is a tether. She working against us because that's his wife. Do you actually think? And he said his wife is not a Black American woman. He said that. He cannot come back and be like, oh, Brainwavezz is lying on me. That came out of his own mouth. That's why I keep playing those clips. So you think a Black immigrant that he said is not a Black American woman, and then Ringo saying he ain't had no experiences never with foundational Black Americans, you think he actually working for us? Come on, man. Yeah, Renegade, when you remember, let me know, fam. He said multiple things about Don. And you know, it's funny. He keep talking about all these celebrities and well-known people. But let me play this, though. Let's get past this part.
Listening to these pro-Blacks and how they are acting like they're pro-Black for the Black community, I need for you to understand we should not be holding up Don Lemon as any sort of voice for the Black community.
See, what he's saying is that the Black tethers should not hold up Don Lemon as a voice. But Ringo, there is more foundational Black American than you Black tethers. There are more Black immigrants that are actually down and cool and in support of foundational Black Americans than you Black tethers out there that's running around here trying to cause chaos in the community. See, you and people like you are the reason that the community is so bad. If you think about it, all of these fallouts happen around Ringo and happen around the people that associate with Ringo. And that's why I got caught up in that stuff. That's why I'm glad I ain't associated with him or none of those people. Ever since I've stopped associating with them, I've had peace, abundance, increase, etc., etc. And other people have had that. So that's what this guy is dealing with. And he's trying to be like, don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody. RJ says, so his beef with Don Lemon is behind Nolan Wells. What a loser. Yeah, because Nolan Wells is getting way more likes, clicks, and views than Ringo ever could. And he don't want nobody to listen to nobody else. That's why he smear campaigned me. He thought that, was it about 4 months ago now? He thought he could put out a series of live streams and videos and it would just make everybody stop listening to me. It don't work. He did the same thing. Folks even listening to New Breed. And I don't even rock with New Breed. New Breed is another person who ain't right. That's another conversation for another day. But I'm just saying, he thought he could get people to stop listening to New Breed. More people are listening to New Breed than they listen to him. I got people consistently listening to me every day, no matter what I put out. He thought he could destroy my platform and destroy. You have no power. You're not a foundational Black American. You're a tether and you're working against us. You'll never have more power than us. God didn't give you that power. The devil is deceiving you into you thinking you got some power or some voice, and then somehow you could do a series of videos or somehow you can speak back. We ain't gonna stop supporting Don Lemon. We're gonna look at you like you crazy and keep on going, and we're gonna continue to support all of our foundational Black Americans. Does that mean that we always necessarily make the best choices? No, because we're human and people make the choices that they make, but that don't mean we're gonna stop supporting each other. Just like you ain't gonna stop supporting your Trinidadians and your Panamanians and your Guatemalans and your Haitians and all your Black immigrants. What make you think we're gonna stop supporting foundational Black Americans? And ain't no video or live stream or anything you can do and present is going to stop that. You can get all those Black tethers to come around. You can get whatever white people you want to come around. It's not going to stop us. As a matter of fact, we're going to rise up in greater numbers. We're going to rally the troops and come together even more because you're trying to do that. See, that's how it works around here. Let's continue.
At all. Now to the ladies, you know good and well that if you seen a Black man talking all this pro-Black stuff and he don't got a Black woman by his side, you're gonna have a problem with that, right? You're gonna have a problem with a Black man talking all this pro-Black stuff, but then you look on his side, you see a white woman, you're gonna be like, hold up, whoa. Where your Black queen at? Oh, she don't exist. He have a white woman. That means he's really not pro-Black.
But what about you? You claim you pro-Black, but you pro-Black tether because you said your wife is not a Black woman in terms of being an American Black woman. She's a Black immigrant, and y'all are working against foundational Black Americans. So why should we listen to you? You have no voice in our community. You're working against us. Your wife's working against us. All of y'all working against us. Your community on your platform is full of Black tethers. Anybody can look in the live chat and be like, this person's from here. This person's from here. This person's from here. And it shouldn't be because a person's from there, but it's clear that they are Black immigrants that's here in the United States or what have you, and y'all all working against foundational Black Americans. Y'all are. Ain't none of y'all standing up for foundational Black Americans. That's why you sold against Nolan Wells, so against Miss Christine, so against Carmelo Anthony, so against Don Lemon, so against me, so against other content creators, so against viewers. It's clear. It's blatantly clear. Blatantly clear. Right? Let's continue.
So if you're going to be mad at that, how much worse should you be angry?
See, Ringo, you're trying to stoke anger up with people. It does not work with foundational Black Americans because we looking at you like we see you for who you are. You're the enemy. And we know who Don Lemon is. Right? I mean, like I said, yeah, look at what Renegade says. Renegade says, I never understood that logic. I have a white partner. That shouldn't make someone question my Blackness. Here's the thing. You can have a partner and that partner is down, for example, for Black excellence and be in support of Black excellence. Do you know how many white people are in support of Black excellence? You know how many white people, even as it relates to the Nolan Wells, there's been more white people protesting and doing videos and speaking out. This is why RingoTV Reactions also attack Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace is white, but Nancy Grace is standing up for justice and standing up for what's right in the Nolan Wells case. He attacked her too. So you could be white and he'll attack you too. He tried to play that. That's why I'm not supporting anybody. He's supporting anyone in the Nolan Wells case that's trying to like get to close the books and let this just be another foundational Black American taken out. Y'all know the scenario. So thank you for bringing that point up, Renegade. It's not whether you're white, whether you're Black, whether you're another ethnicity or what have you. You have other ethnicities that be in support of Black excellence. But as it relates for him and a lot of these Black immigrants here, they are working against us. This is why he's on a war path, trying to convince people this is why you need to leave Don Lemon. Let's continue.
See Don Lemon with him by his side. I need you to understand what this looked like, guys. When you see a man holding Don like this, it tells you who is the head of the house.
So if that's the case, Ringo, then who is the head of the house? We asking this question. You said if you see a man holding his hand like that, that's who's the head of the house. So who do you consider the head of the house here? Who's standing in front of who and who's taking the lead? Whose arm is on top of whose hand? It's clearly Don Lemon. So your logic is flawed. Just stop it. Your logic is flawed. What you're saying makes no sense. Let's continue. You're just making up stuff.
It tell you who Don submit to, who he bowed down to. Do you understand? Who back he rub at night, who chest he massage with oil while he talking about injustice.
Wait a minute. Pause. Why is Ringo so obsessed with what's going on in the bedroom with Don Lemon? Have y'all noticed that? He been talking a long time, staying on this, being concerned with what's going on in the bedroom. I'm telling you, I tried to tell you about these guys and this suspected DL stuff, this suspected down low stuff. You know, you got to stop and think, why does guys like RingoTV Reactions always bashing a black woman? Why he got so much hatred for a black woman? He'll tell you, no, I got love for a black woman. I'm married to a black woman. I got 4 black daughters. But you spend so much time attacking all the foundational black women. You spend all your time attacking it, and you focusing a little too much on the bedroom action of Don Lemon. You're focusing too much on that. That's suspect. You see how this stuff comes out? He'll try to say, oh, this is a rumor. Nah, we looking at for what is. You've been spending an awful lot of time on this subject. Yeah, Rob says, what? Rubbing chest with oil? What kind of straight biblical man is focusing on that, talking about that? What they got to do with anything? That's sick. That's disgusting that he's talking about. Let's go.
Justices of black people and racism. Look at who he got to submit to. Do you understand? So it's very apparent what position Don is in. He's not no speaker for the black community. And y'all need to stop listening to this grifter who clearly has a preference for white meat, right? To each his own, whatever lifestyle you want to live. At the same time, why Don didn't choose a black man?
Let's ask you the same question. Why did RingoTV Reactions not choose a foundational black American? He tried to act like he is a foundational black American who's gone through the transatlantic trade slave as it relates to the United States struggles. We ain't talking about no other country. That is the definition of foundational black America. That's why it's America. America. Not an island, not somewhere else, not some other place. Here in the United States, specifically in America. Okay? Why didn't you choose a foundational black American woman? Why did you choose a black immigrant? And why are you focusing on another man's meat? You see what I'm saying? Yes, Robin says white meat. He's being super offensive at this point. Why is he so focused on another man's meat? He's been doing a lot of talking about bedroom action with that guy, with Don Lemon. I'm telling you, if y'all don't see that there's some suspicious undercover down low stuff, because he's spending a lot of time talking about it. Ain't none of this got anything to do with bedroom action. And that's all he's been focusing on for the past 2 to 3 minutes. You focus on this for 3 minutes? I mean, listen, to some of you content creators out here that y'all been looking for material to call Ringo out, I'm giving y'all material. When I do my content, I give people material. Yeah, everybody sees that's weird. You spending that time, and there's other things about this guy that's very suspect. There's certain things that he's been doing and saying he's very suspect. A lot of these guys, you have no idea. Y'all be thinking they just all straight and stuff. A lot of these guys be on the DL. Now they'll try to say that I'm on a DL. They try to say because I'm cool with the ladies that's why I'm on the DL. But every last one of those ladies will tell you, nah, bro, nah, that ain't the case. And I don't say things like that. I don't talk like that. That's just disgusting for him to focus on it. Let's continue because I got like 2 more points I want to show y'all real quick.
That he chose the white man. You see that? Because in his eyes, the white man is God.
Where did you hear him say that the white man is God? Where did you hear Don Lemon say that you're making up stuff? Yeah, Clayton Moore says he got a mind of a female. That's how he think. That's how he act. And that's how he move. And there's certain things that he does that's very suspect. And it's been like this for a long time. I just kept my mouth shut about it. But y'all seeing it. I mean, he's very weird. Let's play some more.
Do you see my point? This is Don Lemon, the man that you guys listen to on YouTube. And he's supposed to be the voice of the black community.
And what Ringo doesn't understand is prior to Don Lemon even being married for years and years and years, he's always been a voice in the black community. Before we knew that he was about that lifestyle, before we knew any of that, before he was married, before he was dating his current husband or whatever, a partner now, long before that, years. See, again, Ringo don't do his research. He don't know nothing about our history, the foundational Black American history. You know what? He probably don't know anything when it comes to Black History Month. He probably don't know nothing about that. He probably don't acknowledge that because a lot of the people in Black History Month were foundational Black Americans who created things. A lot of them. He don't pay no attention to that. Let's continue.
This is Don Lemon.
What does this have to do with anything? We know Don Lemon's lifestyle. So what does this have to do with anything? I mean, this is just insane what he's doing. It's so insane. I'm gonna have to skip on. Hold on a second. Let me skip it because it's just sick. He spent too much time on this subject, like way too much time on this subject. Let's just skip here.
Out and started to disrespect the man. This is what they normally do. When you're black, even a lot of black content creators, they'll go out there, they'll try to make you look like you hate black people.
You do hate black people because all you did and you said in your other video is that you had absolutely no interactions. You said you never had any experiences with foundational Black Americans. And the experience that you claim you had, even in that same video, you was talking about it was nothing but hate. They ain't show no love. They ain't do this. This ain't no claim. These are facts. This is what you said out of your own mouth. I done played the video. Y'all heard him say this. I ain't had no experiences with foundational Black Americans. Never. And they never showed me any love. And it just seemed like they have no culture and all this stuff that we done played multiple times. That ain't no act. This is a fact. You're missing letters in your speech. You put ACT and you forgot the F in front of it, Ringo, because you're not thorough. You sloppy with your research. That's why you forgot the F. It's a fact, not an act. Let's run it back. This is a fact.
Out and started to disrespect the man. This is what they normally do. When you're black, even a lot of black content creators, they'll go out there, they'll try to make you look like you hate black people. And this is what they were doing to him. They were trying to make it look like, oh, he hate black people. They do this to me all the time. Anytime I speak on this truth, they get upset with me. And the thing
You're not speaking on truth. You're lying.
is, I'm not on nobody's side when it comes to the Nolan Wells case.
Yes, you are. You are clearly cooning and buffooning for all of his white friends and the white families. You've been attacking Nancy Grace, who has been in support of Black excellence. You attack Don Lemon, who's been in support of Black excellence. You attack everybody. You attacking Miss Christine. You spending all your time trying to dig up stuff about Miss Christine and her husband, or Nolan's stepfather, and you spending all your time on that. It's biased, but you ain't spend the same amount of time to do the research on the white folks and what's going on. Sure, you cover a story talking about the Send Save Go to try to backpedal and make it look like you actually calling them out. Remember what I did earlier? Hey guys, hey, guess what? Can I talk about you? Can I do a video to talk about you? Like, I know you're white and I'm capping for y'all, I'm cooning and buffooning for y'all, but can I do a video so I can talk about y'all so that the Black community thinks that I'm being fair and balanced and I'm actually calling out white people? Can I do that? Oh yeah, go ahead, Ringo. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, go ahead, Ringo. Do the little video. We know you're not serious. You know you don't really mean anything. You just got to say something to, try to save face. We get it. Go ahead, Ringo. This is what those backpedalers do. And that's what Ringo is. He's backpedaling because my foot been on his neck. Other content creators done had their foot on his neck. And I ain't letting up. As long as this guy continue to run his mouth and attack Black excellence, my foot gonna stay on his neck. My foot gonna stay on his neck until he change his tune or stop talking. So as long as he talking, you gonna hear Brainwavezz talking. I'm gonna be calling out all of it with all the receipts. And you know what's crazy? My foot been on his neck, keeping him accountable so much, I haven't even been able to make those videos to address all that smear campaigning he did. Remember I said I was gonna do that? I mean, really at this point, it's not even necessary, because y'all already see what it is. But that's what I'm gonna do. My foot gonna stay on his neck, because as a foundational Black American man, I'm not about to let this tether sit up here and drag my community and drag our people and drag our culture and drag our struggles and drag the history and everything we fought for and fought through just so that he could get a little slice of the American pie, and then sit up there, act like he better, act like he don't know what's going on. Nah, it ain't finna happen. Let's continue, man.
I'm not on his friend's side. I already debunked all of the stuff that they did. I already done condemned that so-called give, send, go that they had, the so-called give, send, go that they tried to set up.
You debunked Nolan Wells' friends to try to make Nolan look guilty and make Miss Christine look guilty, and try to make the Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. That's all you did. You didn't actually go in and find out the research. You ain't seen one video with RingoTV talking about, guess what, guys? This is the parents of all of Nolan Wells' white friends. This is the history and background of all of Nolan Wells' white friends. He ain't did one video like that, but he got a million videos. Oh, this is who Miss Christine is. This is who Nolan's is. This is who his stepfather. I did the research. I did the research. I did the research. You're biased. It's clear. You a tether. It's clear you got a demon in you. It's clear that you evil. You don't care about a grieving mother. You don't care about what happens in our community. You only care about what happens in the Black immigrant community. It's clear. Your black card's been revoked. Shout out to Doe Eyes. What it do, sis? Thank you once again for coming through with the support for the $10 super chat. She says, happy Sunday, Brainwavezz and chat. For your information, that first photo was taken when Don Lemon was leaving federal court. Oh, wow. His partner was not happy with the arrest of Don. Don was smiling at his supporters. Oh, man. Do you see? Thank you for bringing out that heat, Doe Eyes. So while Ringo was going out talking about look who's smiling, look who's leading, that's when Don Lemon got out of court. And he like she said, he's smiling at his supporters. And then of course his partner's gonna be upset about the fact that Don Lemon was arrested. A lot of us was upset because Don Lemon was standing up for Black excellence. He was standing up for foundational Black America. Something you don't understand. Something a lot of you Black immigrants that are not working with us and in support of us don't get and don't understand. We've been arrested, we've been beat, we done took all types of L's, we done dealt with everything that y'all don't even have any idea of. I tell you, man, this is crazy. Thank you for bringing that heat out. I thought that picture looked familiar, but you know, sometimes when you focus on the content, I can't put two and two together. So thank you so much for that message. Man, let me screenshot this. Man, oh man, oh man.
For the so-called attorney, I already condemned that and called that a grift too. But for some reason, people keep making it seem like I'm trying to join white folk, like I'm trying to be cool with the Get On Along gang. I'm not on nobody's team. I'm not on Nolan Wells' family team because...
No, let's make this clear. You made it clear in that other video, you're on the black immigrant team. And a lot of black immigrants, especially those that have been proven to be tethers that work against black excellence and foundational black Americans, they think they're better, right? They have this elitism mindset. That's why a lot of them, for example, a lot of them voted for Trump, even though their skin color is black, because they believe that they better. You know, they got that Hispanic, Latino, you know, just like a lot of them voted for Trump. And then a lot of them voted for Trump, and now they watching their own people get deported. They watching ICE come scoop up their own people. But they was like Hispanics for Trump. They was voting for Trump. Why? Because they thought they was better. See, I'm just calling it out. I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm not hiding and glossing over the reality. These conversations people know about. A lot of people thought that, oh, well, I'm better and I'm this and I can get in with this and this won't happen to my community. And now they crying. I voted for Trump and look at what he's doing. He's coming after my community. You got black immigrants that did the same thing. You got news stories. Look, I'm aware of what's going on. I just don't have the time to talk about everything. So, I mean, I'm just saying, and we know Ringo, who he voted for, because he was rocking that MAGA hat very hard. So we know who he voted for. It's just craziness, man. Let me play this one. Let me see. There was this other part that I want to play for y'all to hear. And I mean, it just speaks for itself. Like y'all could go through and just watch this stuff. It'll speak for itself. We'll start right here. Let's go.
Believe that Mr. Wonsley was Nolan's biological father, but he's not. It messes up your mind because now it confirms everything that I told you guys. I told you that Nolan is full-blown Filipino. Y'all don't believe me.
How is Nolan full-blown Filipino just because Mr. Wonsley is not his biological father? You're not making any sense, Ringo. It's clear that whoever Nolan Wells' biological father is, that he's black. What are you talking about? He's full-blown Filipino. You're not making any sense, man. Nolan don't even look full-blown Filipino. You can see the black features are the predominant features that come out when you look at him. Not the Filipino features, the black features. It's clear. It's blatantly obvious.
I already did the research.
Your research is a joke. That's why you laughing at it. He's always talking about, I did the research. Apparently, you ain't do the research. Your research is biased.
Nolan is not African American. He's Filipino. Y'all got fucking played because you're dumb.
You see, he says that we're dumb, but yet all of the information, right? It all says what his background is. Okay? It all breaks it down. I mean, Nolan Wells don't even look like he's not black. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. And again, when it goes back to, let's say, somebody being an immigrant, for example, and they're black and they're down with black excellence, they're down with FBAs, they're not working against FBAs like Ringo is, we embrace them. We support them. Okay? I mean, of course, if part of Nolan's heritage is from the Philippines, he's going to support that as well. That's what he's going to do. He's mixed up. Don't people understand that he's mixed up? Don't they understand that he's mixed up? Don't you understand that he's been identified as black? How come the reports and all the information doesn't say the Filipino 18-year-old teen? They say black. I'm just saying, man. I just, and the thing is, Ringo has not produced any proof proving that Nolan Wells is 100% Filipino, but this is what he's thinking. This is what he believes.
It's that simple. That's why they mad at me all over social media. All these fucking content creators is mad at me because they suck at what they do. I know how.
Do you see how he's talking? He said all the content creators are mad at him and he's jealous. He says we suck at what we do. No, it's apparent that you need to take some tips in doing deeper research and further research. There's a pattern with you when it comes to anybody that's a foundational Black American or someone that is in support of foundational Black Americans. You seem to like gloss over and misinformation. You seem to not report the accurate story. It's clear. We see you. We already know. Appreciate you, introvert rockstar. We appreciate you, introvert. Let's play some more.
To investigate stuff. I did the research. Nolan is Filipino. Don't y'all understand Filipino?
By the way, I didn't realize introvert. Let me share his channel. I didn't realize he's a content creator here. I didn't even know you was a content creator, fam. So let me that's what. See, let me tell you something. Let me make it clear. See, what we do here at Brainwavezz Advice Topics LLC is we support our own. Okay? So let me get his channel. Let's see, introvert Rockstars channel. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna put this in the link. Y'all could go subscribe to Introvert Rockstar's channel. And I know, let me put Doa's channel. Let me go ahead and let me come over here. Let me sit and make sure I go ahead and hit the sub and stuff too. Let me go ahead and sub up. All right. I'll put that up on the screen in a second. Let me go back and put Doa's channel back up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I know. Let me just play the in the background. Let me play this while I'm putting the channels up.
You know, people have melanated skin too. Where y'all brain at, bro? Do you hear the man said he gave Nolan his first haircut? Now think about that. First haircut. You know why? Because Nolan had long hair, fam. Just like his mom. That hairstyle with the fro. Guys, his hair is really not like that. He was doing something with his hair to make it look like it's a fro, like it's like natural, like if it's a black man. He was trying to convert himself into a black man, but he's not. I already did the research already.
He claimed he's so smart with the research. He does this all the time, man. Yeah, Robin is right. Says Flamingo TV's trying to get those anti-black viewers he had that put money in his pocket when he was doing the Charlie Kirk videos. Those viewers no longer supporting Flamingo TV. Yeah. We got you. Hey, yo, rock star, introverted rock star. We got you. Welcome to the fam. Thank you for coming through. Hey, I'm gonna have to check out your work. I didn't even know you was a content creator. See, sometimes I come through and I try to check people out. One thing that I do here at Brainwavezz Advice Topics LLC, I'm about Black excellence. I'm about supporting people's channels, so people work. You see what I'm saying? Especially if they are not working against the foundational Black excellence experience. They're not trying to destroy our legacy, our heritage, our history, our communities, etc., etc. You know, it is what it is. We stand in support of each other. Robin asked a question. She said, can tethers vote? If they're not U.S. citizens, they can't. I mean, if they're born here, they can. But if they're not U.S. citizens, they can't. Just being born here. I mean, I know Trump changed things recently or whatever, but, prior at least to recently, being born here would make you a citizen. But your lineage is from Black immigrants. Your lineage is not those who went through slavery in the United States or Jim Crow or reformations or any of those things. So that's different. Let me play a little bit more of this because I'm gonna be calling this quits in a few minutes. Let's play a little bit more. I just want you to hear what he's saying.
You even have white boys that do that type of stuff. They try to make their hair look like a fro. You ever see white guys? They have natural straight hair like their mama, but they'll do something with their hair and it look like it's a fro. You ever see white boys that do that? They do that to make their hair look like that, guys. And Nolan did the same. That's why the guy said I gave him his first haircut. His hair was long, guys. This is the family friend saying this. But yet Don is quiet. Don ain't even asking him no questions. Don ain't say, wow, so Mr. Wonsley is the stepdad?
Why would Don Lemon ask those type of questions? Because the questions that you're asking, Ringo, the questions that you're raising is not what foundational Black Americans would be asking. Because what you're trying to do is attack the situation. See, those questions that you call questions are actually attacks to the Wells family. It's disrespectful to Nolan. It's just completely the wrong thing to do. And here you are, you thinking it's the right thing to do. It might be the right thing for you to do as a tether, as a Black tether who got their Black card revoked, to try to attack any Black excellence and anything that got to do with us. You're just better off staying out of our situations, not making videos, not making live streams, talking about what's going on in foundational Black America. Go over there, stay over there with your Black immigrants and do Black immigrant stories. How about you talk about that? How about you talk about the situations? Stay out of that. But see, somebody's paying you. You getting paid to coon and buffoon. It's obvious you're getting paid to coon and buffoon. You straight up getting paid to coon and buffoon. You just sold all out because you that desperate for a little YouTube check, little AdSense revenue, couple of likes, couple of thousand subscribers, and a little bit of views. You that desperate? You can't build nothing off of excellence, but it's clear you showed your true colors. You showed your hand multiple times who you stand with.
Yeah, he's the stepdad. Damn. The whole time we thought that was the biological father. I already told you, when you go back to the funeral, do you see any baby photos of Nolan? You don't see none. Do you see Mr. Wonsley holding Nolan as a baby saying,
why would there be baby pictures at the funeral? What does that got to do with anything? Why do we need to have baby pictures of Nolan? Most of the pictures that you're gonna see of Nolan is in his last couple of years at a funeral. Like, what is this guy talking about? This is crazy. I didn't realize. Shout out to Doe Eyes again for the $5 super chat. She says Tatum was arrested at age 8 and came from a broken family coming up. Did you know that? I did an expose on that. Makes you wonder. It does make you wonder. I haven't done a whole lot of research on Officer Tatum because I haven't done a whole lot of talking about Officer Tatum. But make no mistake about it. If I start doing videos with Officer Tatum, I'm going to like mention everything. I'm very thorough with stuff. RJ says, hair. Is that what Ringo's focus on? Did you see his hair? His hair was long. You know how many black folks got long hair, Ringo? And they still foundational black American? He ain't making no sense, man. Taisha says his audience is calling him out. His hate just oozes at him. Exactly. What's up, Deronda? Taisha is right, talking about his views dropping too. How he have over 200,000, to be exact, 229,000 subscribers, and he barely getting 2,000 people to hit the like button. And see, if he wasn't talking about Nolan Wells, he wouldn't even get that. His channel is done. The only reason why he's literally riding off of FBA excellence and people like see Nolan Wells, the algorithms, that's all he doing. He don't care. B-Dub Boogie says, making an argument, then debating the argument you made and winning that argument is delusional. But this is crazy, man. I think I done had enough of this guy for right now. The point is, it's clear. It's clear why he's attacking Don Lemon. And what he's been doing as of late is trying to talk about Officer Tatum, because we know Officer Tatum is obviously cooning and buffooning as well. We know what he does in terms of being biased towards black folks and being more supportive of white folks. We understand this. And so Ringo is trying to call Officer Tatum out to make it look like all of a sudden he's, you know, he's standing up for truth. This is why he got these videos right here. He's calling Officer Tatum out, trying to make it look like, make no mistake about it, Ringo might be calling Officer Tatum out, but Ringo's clearly not supportive of any foundational black Americans, and he's not supportive of black excellence. He's only supportive of black immigrants. And he's actually live right now. Now he's talking about Dr. Umar. That's right. He's literally live right now talking about Dr. Umar. Now, I don't know what he's saying because he just went live over the course of while we live here. But you can see that it has the live icon right here. You can see. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's just see what he's saying real quick. Let's just pop in there real quick and see what he's saying.
Just a group of hustlers. They're no different than your Christian pastor. They come on YouTube. They be like, sundown towns, sundown towns. I saw a ninja in a sundown town. He was hanging from a tree. Oh, no.
Also, do you see how he has his chat on members only? Do y'all see over here? Look at how he has his chat on members only mode. Y'all see that? It says members only mode is on, which means you got to pay money to be able to chat. He want an echo chamber. You see?
Also, it's thunder and lightning. Keep in mind, guys, I'm in a rural area. Sometimes when you have these type of storms, the electricity go out. So if you see the power go out, guys, that is normal. That's not God judging me. Because, you know, you have a lot of people on social media. They always want God to judge me.
I mean, Who are these people that saying that want God to judge you? Who are you talking about? See, this is what I'm talking about. He's talking about these people want God to judge me. Who are you saying wants to judge you? Appreciate you, Lively Cuts. I did get it. Yeah, Taisha says he's a coward. I did get it, Lively Cuts. So I appreciate your PayPal. Appreciate the support, bro. She said he's a coward, and that's why it's members only. Exactly. They ain't no telling what he about to say about Dr. Umar. Here we go again. Bruh says that dude has no shame. Wow, exactly. And shout out to Lively Cuts for also becoming a member. Hit the PayPal and becoming a member. Thank you so much for that support. I'm just going to play a little bit more to see if he actually get to what he's talking about.
You see them, they be like, yeah, God is going to get you. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him.
You know what? Don't joke around about God getting you. That's not wise to joke around about God getting you. You shouldn't play like that, Ringo. That's not wise.
Funny how Negroes can't stand me, but they can't get the gangs out the black community.
But you ain't getting the gangs out the black community. Did you see that? He said Negroes can't stand him, but you ain't getting the gangs out of the black community. What? Listen, you ain't even involved in the FBA community. You the same content creator who just said earlier, I had no experience with FBA. I don't know who FBA is. All I had is nothing but hate. That's probably why you moved out of Brooklyn, because you scared of the gangs. You don't have no relationship with these guys. You ain't trying to reach them with the word of God. You moved to the white area of North Carolina so you can be away from the gangs. Is that it, Ringo? You're not getting the gangs out of anywhere. You live in the white neighborhood. You ain't doing no work, and you never did do any work. You ain't fellowship to no gang members. No, you ain't doing nothing for them. That's crazy. He trying to act like he actually did some work to get gang members out. Like that's some bomb or something he dropping. You ain't doing no work. By the way, go talk to some of those gang members and they'll tell you about Brainwavezz. Hey, yo, Ringo, since we on the subject, go talk to some of those gang members. Obviously not every single gang member, but go talk to some of them. And they'll tell you that I've talked to them, that I've helped a lot of them change their life. I helped a lot of them come up. I looked out after some of their children. You got some gang members, current, former, and they got respect because I protect their children. I keep eyes. I look out for they lady when they lady come up to the school buildings and all types of stuff. I work with them in the community. Come on, bro. Stop. Stop. You ain't doing that. You roll solo. Only time you come outside is when nobody at the park. All we see you is coming outside when nobody outside at that park. Ringo don't cross paths with nobody at the park when he outside walking.
What's going on to those of you that joined the show? We have Angel in the building. Systemic racism. But when you look at these damn animals, they're always talking about black folk. Like all my enemies are all black. Like literally, these ninjas congregate on channels, just a whole live chat of nothing but haters.
Because you are a black tether. Did y'all hear that? You are a black tether, and all you do is attack foundational black Americans. You don't attack white people. You don't attack white people. You protect white people. And you coon and buffoon and try to make it look like you saying something about white people, but you don't attack them. Ringo, let me make something clear to you. Let me make something real clear to you. You will never gain the support of the majority of black people. You know why? Because we see you for who you are. Celebrities see you. Content creators see you. Viewers see you. You just have an echo chamber over there. I mean, even your own people are calling you out on it. You don't attack white people. That's why white people ain't coming for you. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. And you know, by the way, all of the stuff he's saying is a sneak diss to like you all. All of you all that are content creators, all of you all that are viewers, all of you all that are about foundational Black American excellence, he's sneak dissing all of you all, including me, because he knows who's making videos about him. And so that's what that is. That is nothing but a sneak diss. Meanwhile, this guy talking about I'm alone and I moved on and I cut them off and all this stuff. He's a liar. He's an absolute liar. All he does is go around attacking Black folks. Who you think gonna clap back? Foundational Black Americans ain't gonna allow that. We stand up for that. But then he up here doing videos like this talking about stay quiet. The quieter you become, the more dangerous you are. That man ain't quiet. He's sneak dissing us right now. He's sneak dissing us right now.
Imagine people build platforms with nothing but Ringo haters.
See? And so what he's doing is he's calling all of y'all a hater. He thinks that we are building our platform off of him. But yet, he's a hypocrite. Because let me hit him with a little something. Imagine a content creator building a platform with Nolan being a Nolan Wales hater. I mean, all he does is have nothing but people that's coming there that hate Nolan Wales. And hate foundational Black Americans. You see, all of that is a sneak diss. Why he going around talking about I stay quiet and I'm this and that. All of those videos is garbage. They're lies. He don't stay quiet about nothing. Everybody know who you talking about, Ringo. You might as well say my name. You might as well say any other content creator who call it. Just say it. We know you. Listen, your audience knows, my audience knows, other audience knows, I know, and you know. So you might as well just name drop. And if you think that highly of yourself, that my platform is being built off your name, bruh, you need to pay attention to what's happening to your platform. Your platform is coming down. You actually think that your platform is coming up right now? It's coming down. Your views have been shrinking lately because people tired of your garbage as it relates to Nolan Wales, and they seeing you for who you are. So you can laugh all you want. You can think those couple little thousand subscribers you got, you're like, oh, I'm just going. Pride cometh before a fall. He thinks he's invincible. He thinks nothing can happen to him. He thinks he could talk about everybody. That's what he thinks. We'll see at the end. We'll see how much peace you got when you claim you walking in that park and you're doing yet another Nolan Wales video, because that's the only way you could grow your channel. That's the only way you could grow your channel. Your channel right now wouldn't be ish. You wouldn't even have the couple of thousand subscribers you just got if you weren't talking about Nolan Wales. Admit it. Prior to you talking about Nolan Wales, your channel was dried up. And you decided to just wild out. You was like, well, it's another foundational Black American story. I could just wild out about it. It's clear. And this is what this guy's talking about. And now he about to go into Umar. We don't know what he about to say about Dr. Umar. Let's see. Let me just hit the live button.
Wow, the pastor living good right now. It's crazy out here, gang. But anyway, we're going to have more fun. Let's get back to Umar Johnson as he gaslight the viewers. Let's go.
I knew the white racists on YouTube were going to run with it, and everybody in between.
Yeah, like you.
It hurts my heart.
It don't hurt his heart. He don't care about Nolan. He don't care about the family. Art of Dialogue most likely cut him a check. When you have people...
You don't care about Nolan and the family. You hypocrite. You are the same content creator who trying to act like you care about no. You said F Nolan Wells. And then you did that little tired ass, sorry ass video talking about I needed to add context on why I said F Nolan Wells. So let me get this straight. You said F Nolan Wells multiple times and you try to add context to it. You sit up there trying to destroy Nolan's mom, Filipino or not, black or not. You're trying to destroy his stepfather. Father or not, he's still his father. You're trying to destroy everybody that care about the case. You're trying to destroy every content, and you actually act like you care about Nolan Wells. You the biggest hypocrite of them all. At least Dr. Umar stayed quiet and just decided to speak. I tell you, man. I'm gonna have to do this video later. I'm just gonna get off on this and just call it, man. Like that's just wild, man. Hey, you can steal my laugh. Unlike you, RingoTV reactions, I don't need to play no damn laughter track to have laughter. I don't need no laughter track. I'm so talented, I don't need to use no boards. I don't need no soundboards to create sound effects. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Robin exactly said he's still pocket watching. The fact that he's commenting means he's pocket watching. And you know what, Ringo? My videos keep getting more and more momentum. They get more and more momentum. You think people are stopping? Nah, these videos are growing. Ain't that how your laughter track sound? I'm getting way more views than you thought I would get as it relates to this. And you're jealous. You're jealous that I'm building up, right? That I'm revealing who you are. That I'm exposing. That I pulled your black card. Brainwavezz Advice Topics LLC pulled your black card. You can't go into the hood. You scared of black gang members. See, you don't understand them. You scared. You can't go around them because they know you ain't one of us. You ain't foundational black American. You don't understand the struggle. You don't get them. When they look at you, they're like, oh yeah, that's a black immigrant. That's why you had to move out of Brooklyn. That's why you had to sneak out like a coward at the middle of the night. You couldn't move out in the daytime where everybody know. You had to sneak out. You had to sneak out. You know how when people, they like, I ain't trying to let nobody see me. I don't want to, let me sneak out. What's the matter? You was scared somebody was going to get you? That's what you was all talking about with your move. Yeah, man, they was going to get my equipment and all this. So you wasn't keeping it real with the community like you claim you was. You wasn't chopping it up with the community like you claim you was. You was on YouTube. People could see your studio equipment. They see your face. They know where you stay in Brooklyn. You don't think them people don't know what you got? Bruh. You're not on my level, Ringo. Don't let, because you got 229,000 subscribers, don't let that go to your head. Don't let, because I think you getting senile because you've been on YouTube since 2006 and you've been in the game for too long. So you're getting old and senile. You seem to forget a lot of things. And you letting all that go to your head. And you think you're untouchable. You got a lot to learn, man. You got a lot to learn. You got a lot to learn. You're going to figure it out. You'll figure it out through experience. That's how you're going to figure it out. You're going to have to learn the hard way. You're going to have to learn from the school of hard knocks. Yeah, he fled BK. He fled Brooklyn. Bruh says, I always wonder why he left Brooklyn. Now I know. Exactly. He fled Brooklyn. Talking about, it's not the type of place to bring up my child. That's because you ain't trying to be in the community. They realized you was fake. They realized you weren't real. They realized you kept talking smack and working against foundational Black Americans. Whether they was straight, whether they was hard working, whether it was gang bangers, no matter what they was, you was working against them. And foundational Black Americans don't like that. So they tossed your behind out. That's why you had to hurry up and get up and leave. Talking about, I got to bring my family to a better place. So let me get this straight. Now you in the white neighborhood. You have completely sold out. While you talking about Don Lemon married a white man, you in the white neighborhood. You done sold out. You done moved your whole family to the white neighborhood, got them going to a white school. You got your 4 Black daughters going to a white school in the white neighborhood, living the white experience. And you got the nerve to talk about us? Do y'all see? Do y'all see how he get down? See, he fled Brooklyn, saying he couldn't bring his family up. But yeah, he talked about all this heritage and all this stuff. That's what he said. He said all this stuff. Oh, the Panamanians and the Trinidadians and the Haitians and Guatemalans and all them. Talked about how so good it was. But see, he left out. He said it was nothing but hate from the foundational Black Americans. Yeah, because you ain't one of us, and all you did was try to work against us the whole time. And they peep game. I'm sure them in Brooklyn peep game. That's why you had to get out and leave. Talking about, oh, I need to raise my family in a different place. You weren't singing that tune before. You was straight. You wasn't talking about that years ago when you was on YouTube. You was just chilling. You was chilling. You too busy calling out all these pastors. You wasn't talking about, oh yeah, in Brooklyn it's bad. It's so bad. All of a sudden it just became bad. Okay. And then you moved to one of the whitest areas in North Carolina. You ain't moved to the hood. You ain't in the hood. You ain't around Black folks. So you're living the white experience. And then you act like you can speak for us. Bruh, you listen. One thing about me, I stayed trilled to the hood. I'm still in the Black neighborhood. You understand? I didn't sell out my people. I didn't sell out on my folks. Him, he live in the white areas. I live in the Black areas. Do your research. I understand. I get it. I understand. That's how tethers get down. This is crazy, man. The same way, see, let me tell you something. Ringo feel invincible now because he in North Carolina around a bunch of white folks. So he been feeling extra froggy as late. That's why a lot of y'all wonder why has his content seemed like it changed. See, because he around the white folks. Don't worry, Ringo, we got you. We'll keep you safe. So he feel like he's safe because he around a bunch of white folks. Yeah, I could just go walking in the park and I could just go do this and I can go do that. He feel like he's safe because he around a bunch of white folks. You heard what he said? Man, I feel like I was threatening. You know, they hate me. I didn't feel safe when I was around a bunch of Black folks. Of course, because you ain't one of us and you ain't supporting us. It's clear. And all you're doing is building up your platform, trying to tear down Black folks. That's the biggest laugh and the biggest joke of them all. I'm exposing you for who you are. I'm systematically dismantling everything that you built up over there while you're laughing. Do you realize that content creators with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, with millions of subscribers are watching you, Ringo, based upon the information that I'm putting out, and they seeing you for who you are, and you're losing a bunch of support, you're losing a bunch of communities? Have you ever stopped and wondered why you ain't getting that support? Have you ever stopped and wondered why celebrities and other people, why you can't pull that support? Because everybody sees what's going on. See, while you're over there laughing, you're going to see who has the last laugh. Go ahead and laugh and enjoy it. Go ahead and let your little 229,000 subscribers go to your head, which you can't even pull 1,000 viewers every time you go live stream. And you barely could get a couple of thousand views for a channel that got 230,000 subscribers, basically. And you sit up there going back and forth, sneak this in a channel that barely got a fraction. I mean, check this out. I got 38,000 subscribers. He got 229. And he's sitting up there sneak this at me, referencing me, laughing at me. A channel a fraction his size. I'm on the radar on a channel that got almost 230,000 subscribers. So who's really doing big numbers? Who's really garnering the attention? That should say a lot. If I had 230,000 subscribers right now, man, nobody would even be paying attention to Ringo unless I brought his name up. That's the hilariousness of it. And I can care less about that and the subscribers. That's you and your pride. You all into all them materials. But I'm just making a point. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this situation for him, it don't end well. It don't end well. He think it's gonna end well. It's not. And everything he says out there is just one big lie. Again, him over there talking about, I stay quiet. I stay quiet. I don't talk about them no more. I cut them off. So let me get this straight. You cut me off, but you over there sneak dissing me right now. You over there laughing to your audience right now about me, but you cut me off? Seems like I'm living rent-free in your head. I must be living rent-free in your head every single day, because every time you do your little walk-in videos, you're referencing me when you're talking about NPCs and demons and all that stuff. We know you talking about me and the people that rock with me and associate me. Ain't nobody dumb. You might as well say my name. You be better off saying my name. Everybody know. Your audience know. My audience know. Other audiences know. They know you talking about me. They just sitting there watching like, dang, this guy said he moved on, but all he keep doing is talking about him. See, when I moved on, I ain't say nothing about you. Even when people was trying to come there, I was like, man, I ain't studying that guy. What I'm doing is I got my foot on your neck, because you done took it too far when you keep dragging Nolan Wells and Carmelo Anthony and the next story. See, that's why you kept your mouth quiet about Tasia Fortune, because you know I'm coming for you if you dare make a video about Tasia Fortune. You know, the 29-year-old black woman that was found hanging in a tree in Mississippi and got a GoFundMe that said at $114,000. I don't know if it changed, but last time I checked, it was set at $114,000. So you ain't gonna make no videos because I already laid it out and called you out on it. So you quiet, but you act like you care about the black community. You don't. What you care about is trying to destroy the black community. You think everything is a joke. You laugh when you get a chance to take a shot at a foundational black American, or anybody that could be a black immigrant, or they white, or whatever they ethnicity, and they stand in support of foundational black Americans, regardless of how they get down. You take shots at anybody that got any type of support of foundational black Americans. It's clear. We see your pattern. That's why your black cards revolt. That's why your black cards revolt. Yeah, glory be to y'all says this man hated FBAs his whole life because his father wasn't there. See, that's another thing. He said he ain't had no relationship with his father. He knows of his father, but he ain't had no fellowship with his father. So if his father was FBA, he ain't had no connection to him. He don't know nothing about FBA. He said his whole life, he said never. Yeah, he pandered to FBA for years to grow his channel. And now he think his channel's good to go and he don't need to pander no more. I tell you, man, look, y'all know what it is, man. I'm about to get out of here. Maybe I'll roast this guy with this other video that he did, but I mean, I kind of essentially already roasted him without listening to the rest of it. Lively Cut says at Brainwavezz, I'm upset they drug Selena into this mess. They some low-life a-holes. Yeah, listen, all those guys are over there unhappy, okay? You got Rollo over there talking about, I got to get rid of all my mods and I don't know what to do. I might just have two male mods and 2 female mods. Maybe I'll have 3. They're miserable. They're over there miserable, right? And you know why they're miserable? Because they keep talking about the true men and the true women of the Most High. That's what happens. They're being judged, and he's over there like Ringo's over there laughing right now. It ain't like Rollo's calling out Ringo. So Rollo just as guilty. Listen, he associate with him. He ain't renounced Ringo. He ain't calling him out. He just as guilty. You know the saying, you're an accomplice. That's his accomplice. And yeah, they drugged Selena in that mess, being messy. Caramel, Kimmy, Kim, and all that. Listen, Rollo, you can't talk your way out of that. You he and ha in the chat. Well, I don't think Caramel Kimmy Kim would lie. Do you even know who Caramel Kimmy Kim is? outside of social media. You talking about, I don't connect nobody on social media. How do you know who she really is? See, it's a lot of stuff you don't understand, but that's fine. Y'all go around destroying yourselves. They can't get out of this one, y'all. Let me make this clear before I go. They cannot get out of this one. Selena ain't said nothing about them, but they mentioned stuff. Remember, Caramel Kimmy Kim is the same person who lied and was going around saying back 4 months now, when Ringo was doing the smear campaigns, she was in the live chat talking about Brainwavezz probably ain't got no right for real. But yet, all of my stuff is out there on Facebook. Y'all done seen my wife. I'm around. It's public knowledge. Go look it up. These the same people that just be going around spreading nothing but lies. It's just insane, man. The whole situation is insane. Don't worry about that guy, Selena. God dealing with him. God dealing with them all. They all going through right now. See, let me make something clear real quick before I go. All right. Those guys are over there acting like everything is good, but they the ones making videos talking about they ain't got no peace. They talking about they ain't got no peace and all this stuff. That's them over there. They up there talking, this is what you do. They all alone and miserable. Because when you act like that, that's what you got. That's what's gonna come. And right now, especially Ringo, because like Ringo's like their head honcho. He's like their leader. Ringo think that he can talk about anybody and just going in and laugh. And he think that he's invincible. He think that he ain't gonna catch no L's. He think that he's gonna actually grow from that. He's got a lot to learn. See, the majority of people out here are foundational Black American. That's the majority, Ringo. The majority of people that watch YouTube, they're foundational Black American. They're not Black immigrants. Okay? I know your head's been gaslit, because you got a population on your channel of Black immigrants. But the majority of people on YouTube are foundational Black Americans. So you're losing the support of the majority of people out there. You are. You absolutely are. You absolutely are. You'll see. You got to learn the hard way. You got to learn. Rollo got to learn. All of them got to learn the hard way. Rollo up there making videos up there talking about they're miserable. No, you the one that's miserable. Ain't nobody miserable over here. I'm good. We good. All the people around us, we are good. Y'all the ones complaining. You complaining about your mom. Every time you turn around, complain. Ringo complaining, man, I need the support. I need the support. Man, come on, be a member. Do this. That's why he turned that live stream to members only, because he don't want nobody to call him out. Don't worry. I got my foot on his neck. It don't matter. He can make whatever video he want, make it members only, with the chat and all that stuff. He still can get called out. They all getting dealt with. They all over there getting depressed and frustrated, don't know what to do with their channels and all this stuff. And like I said, Ringo feel invincible. He think it's funny. He having fun. Oh, does he love the cooning and buffooning? He love to attack anybody that's associated with foundational Black Americans. He'll see. He'll learn. You can't duck and dodge forever. You can't duck and dodge and hide forever, even on social media. You don't think that people don't see what you're doing? Oh, they definitely see, especially because my foot on your neck. They watching my videos. They in the clouds. Some of them come out. Others don't. You got all types of content creators, all types of celebrities, all types of people that watch me, Ringo. Don't let the views go to your head. I keep trying to tell you that. You have a lot of professional people that watch my channel, and they don't ever come out of the clouds. You have professional, large platforms that watch my channel, and they stay in the clouds. They don't comment. They don't come out, but they watching. And they watching what you're doing. And they see you for who you are. I hope you're enjoying yourself. They see you're not a man of God. You don't even talk about the Bible no more. This is crazy, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, RJ says you could hear and see that God is dealing with them, but they're trying to hide it. Yeah. Y'all will see. But as for now, I'm getting off of this thing. All right. I've been on here way too long as it is. So, let those guys go over there and, think they having fun or whatever it is that they doing. And then, they're going to go back into the miserable thing. He'll go back and post another one of his walking videos in the park. Talking about he got no peace and NPCs are all around you and all this stuff. See, that's somebody that's paranoid. People that are paranoid think that everybody around them is out to get them and everybody's working to get them. And you know what's funny? This is the same content creator. We talking about Ringo, who was going in talking about New Breed being paranoid and all this stuff, making videos. And here it is, Ringo making all these same videos. Who's copying who? Is it all that stuff you said, Ringo? Is that coming back to haunt you? All that stuff you saying about people doing, that's coming back to haunt you? With your NPCs all around us? You know what I'm talking about? He got videos like this. NPCs are all around us. Stuff like that. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But hey, y'all know what to do. Shout out to the new viewers. Shout out to the longtime viewers. Shout out to the members. If you're not a part of this crew over here, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, share, hype. If you're a content creator, feel free to use these talking points. You understand? I don't care. Use these talking points if that's what you want to do to get the word out. You be like, man, I've been trying to figure out, you've been scratching your head trying to figure out what to say as it relates to calling this guy out. Hey, I'm giving y'all a lot of material. What's up, Mission? Appreciate you, Mission. Shout out to Mission 9172 in the building. Hey, y'all feel free to let it do what it do. But as for now, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all know what it is. I got more of these videos coming. At this rate, I don't know if I'm going to have the time to get to the stuff that he did 4 months ago when he was in this smear campaigning. But nonetheless, we systematically breaking him down, breaking this coon and buffoon intent down. He'll see. Like I say, he got too much pride. He laughed, I'm invincible. I've got 229,000 subscribers. I'm invincible. But yet you sit up here sneak dissing, and I'm living rent free in your head, and I only got 38,000 subscribers if you want to make it a numbers game. So that just goes to show you how effective I am. It's just amazing. You're telling on yourself all the time. With that being said, y'all, I'm getting out of here. Y'all know what it is. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I did my job, at least for now, and I'll see y'all later.